Why older guys over the age of 50 plus are completely destroying younger guys in their 20s. Okay, and I'm not trying to pick an intergenerational fight with any of the younger or even older generations for that matter, but really, I've said this before that at no time in history has this ever happened where older guys over 50 plus are still out there crushing it and kicking ass, and mostly kicking the ass of younger guys, right? This has never happened before, and it kind of saddens me in a way. Sure, I'm happy about it, right? Because I'm like, I'm in my 50s now, but I mean, at the same time, it saddens me because I do want to see younger guys step up, right? Because let's face it, us older guys can't carry the torch forever, much less do we really want to, right? At some point, yeah, we would like to hand it over. Yeah, it's all fun right now because we're still, fairly mobile at this age. We're not in a wheelchair just yet. We're not on our deathbeds. We can still move around and do all sorts of cool stuff, right? Drive DeLoreans, go out to Vegas, pick up women. However, the younger generation right now, the reason why they are getting crushed by dudes who are twice their age, myself included, right? Especially in these venues where I'm seeing these younger guys half my age not approaching women, not talking to girls, afraid of talking to them, not knowing what to say, letting an old guy like me run circles around them. The reason why this is happening and older guys over 50 are destroying these younger guys that are still in their 20s, no offense if you're one of my followers in my 20s, I'm not talking about you. Obviously, if you're following my channel, you're a winner, right? I'm talking about a lot of these kids who've been brainwashed and indoctrinated to just not do anything, right? To just stay dormant and not take action in their lives, not feel that evolutionary pressure at their back to want to get out there and meet their future girlfriend, their future wife, whatever you want to call her, right? Not get out there and stake their claim like we did when we were younger, right? That was what we wanted to do when we were younger. All we could think about when we were younger was making money and picking up girls, right? I mean, I've often said, like, back then, the 20s for us was like a rap video, right? It was about bitches and money. That's all we cared about. That's all we cared about, right? But behind that drive really was this burning desire to succeed, to make something of our lives, to make our family proud, our dads proud, our parents proud of us, our teachers, society, right? We wanted to do something with our lives. We wanted to be somebody. Whereas the younger generation today, I'm talking about mostly the young men, okay? Mostly the young men. Because the women are being told, yeah, you should do it all and, go get your bag, sis, and all this other stuff. Younger men are not being told this, right? Younger men are being told to put down their swords, let the women do the fighting for you, right? Don't try to compete. Just, don't try to be masculine. Don't be toxic. Just do as you're told. Don't better yourself, right? Just shut up, sit down, and help the women succeed, right? And that's just not how society thrives, FYI, right? Society does not thrive by, you encouraging women out there to do your fighting for you, right? Or, to get out there and encourage them to enter the workforce while you sit on the couch and smoke weed and play video games all day, right? I mean, it might seem cool when you're in your 20s, I'm telling you, right? When you're in your 20s, that's kind of the catch-22, because it might seem cool when you're still very young, right? But 30 comes really fast. 30 comes like that. And the day you turn 30, believe me, you will feel it. And you will feel like, shoot, I got to do something with my life, right? I remember when I turned 30, I felt like a loser. I was like, okay, all I'm doing here is picking up girls. I'm not really doing much with my life. I tried a few businesses. They failed. I didn't know what I wanted to do. But I think probably by the time I was like, it took me a couple of years even. I think I was like 32. I finally just started hitting it hard. Went after this corporate job, got that corporate job, and I just started to try to like fix myself, right? I started like fixing my credit. My credit was terrible back then. Started fixing my credit. I started working on myself. I just, I wanted to do something with my life because I realized nobody was going to do it for me. However, younger guys today are just really being told, to just take a seat, right? And that's kind of scary because it doesn't make the world a safer place. It makes the world a more dangerous place, right? And I'm not really going to get into that in this coaching video, but yeah, a lot of these kids today, these young men, are being told, to tone it down, to act feminine, suppress your desires, suppress your talents, your passions, make way for a diversity hire, a female affirmative action hire. You're being told that being the best no longer matters, right? You're getting a free paycheck for being a loser. There's really no motivation for you to go out there and accomplish things, right? At least from a societal standpoint. You're not being told like, hey, there are some rewards at the end of this tunnel, right? Instead, you're being told that, hey, you get punished for doing the right thing. I think the latest thing is like the White House wants to punish people for paying their mortgages on time or for having good credit or something like that. So yeah, they're trying to reward mediocrity and they're trying to punish, the successful, essentially, right? They're trying to reward like the mentally disturbed and the social outcast, where they're punishing people who are mentally sane and just want to do better for themselves. But that is the main reason why older guys over 50 right now are literally not only competing with younger guys in their 20s, but out-competing them, right? Just doing way better than them. And I see this in my entrepreneurs group as well, right? It's just like, I don't see the burning desire with the younger guys, right? It's like they feel like there's something inside of them that tells them like, yeah, I should be doing something with my life, but they're not getting enough encouragement, right? They're not getting enough incentive to do it, right? Whether it's in their dating life, their financial life, you name it, right? Yeah, I can't imagine growing up in a time right now. The best thing you can do if you are a younger guy is seek out content like this, whether it's mine or another content creator. It doesn't have to just be mine. My biggest thing is I want you to continue to grow, expand, learn. Whoever you're going to learn the most from, whether it's just like one creator or multiple creators, you should do that, right? Because you're not going to get any help, like the older generation, like when we're growing up, you're not going to get any help or any like real feedback of value from your teachers or any authority figures these days. If I had a kid, especially a son these days, I would tell my son not to listen to any of these people, right? Whereas back in the day when I was a teenager, my dad was encouraging me to listen to adults, teachers, mentors, guidance counselors. He was telling me to listen to these people, and I did. And for the most part, most of them had some really great advice, right? Because most of them back then, this is like the pre-woke days, right? Late 80s, early 90s, when I was in college and when I was finishing up high school and getting into college. So back then, you could trust the adults, right? Whereas now you cannot trust these adults. Like I said, if I had a son, I would be telling my son, don't listen to anything they have to say. Let's not trust any of those people, and let's figure out what you want to do, and let's create a plan that you can follow and strategically accomplish, right, in the shortest amount of time possible. If I had a son, that's what I would be telling him. I'd just be like, hey, you got to go to school, just get your grades, go to your prom, play sports, whatever, but don't take any advice from these so-called authority figures that are probably, were hired because they were a diversity hire or affirmative action hire or because they had something woke on their resume. Nope, can't trust you, sorry. Because now we know that your ideology is more important than this kid's future, right? It's the truth. It's the truth. But this is one of the main reasons why like younger guys are struggling right now, and I feel for them, right? I really feel for these younger dudes because they don't really have the role models anymore to look up to. I mean, even in movies, right? Even in movies. I mean, back then at least we had, I've often said, like guys like Sly, Arnold, right, to look up to. They were doing these very masculine movies back then. And nowadays, I can't even trust those dudes, right? Those dudes, from time to time, do or say woke things on their social media where I raise an eyebrow and I'm like, man, why are you doing this? Why are you, becoming a mouthpiece for the Matrix, right? Schwarzenegger is the latest one. I've seen a number of people who own like gyms out in Venice Beach completely just tear down his poster, especially after what he said about right? I mean, he was like, screw your freedoms and all this. And a lot of people turned on him, right? But it just told me, I'm like, okay, now that these guys are shilling for the establishment, I can no longer trust them. At one point, I trusted them, right, when I was a kid. But these days, I don't trust them anymore, right? Neither should you. That's why I say, like, these younger kids in their 20s, they can't even trust, the celebrities they look up to. Well, you shouldn't look up to celebrities, right? But they can't even trust the actors, the movies they watch, right? Because these dudes, like, will act masculine on the screen and act like this tough guy, but then they'll turn around and, like, put on their pink hat, their pink pussy hat, and go down to the Women's March and totally just piss all over men, right? I've mentioned The Rock before because people have asked me about The Rock. I'm like, check that guy's IG, check that guy's Twitter, right? He claims he's a male feminist, man. So, right? I mean, can you trust him? No, you can't. So I feel bad for the younger generation of guys because they don't really have the same type of role models to look up to. Really, I mean, all they can turn to are like creators like us, right? Like content creators or, the Red Pill community, which the establishment completely hates, right? They always run the smear campaign on the RP community whenever they can. Like, oh, those toxic, misogynistic men. It's like, well, no, we're just doling out the truth and the facts, and we're just trying to help the younger generation, right? As much as our own generation, and even older guys too, just to wake up to all this malarkey that they've been sold all their lives. But regardless, guys, that is why 50-year-old plus guys are still out there, not only competing but out-competing the much younger generation. I mean, guys who should technically be the age that our sons would be, right? I mean, if I had a son, he'd probably be in his 20s. Right about now. So, I mean, yeah, it would be like me just competing against my son or something, right? I mean, yeah, it's like, yeah, you kind of feel bad to a certain level, right? I mean, like when I'm in the venues and some guy who's like 23 or something works up the nerve to just say hello to a girl, and I walk behind him and I pull the girl out, and knowing I could pull that off because I've done it a million times, and the guy's just dumbfounded. He doesn't know what to do. I mean, there's a slight part of me feels a little bad for him, but there's also a part of me where I'm like, dude, get into mastery, dude, learn this stuff, step up, do something, right? Take action, stop being so passive, do something, right? That's my message for the younger generation, man. Get up, stop being so passive, and don't just take action, take massive action. You know who said that? Tony Robbins, man. Pick up a Tony Robbins book, for Pete's sake. Get excited, get motivated, and just get up off your ass. That's my best advice as an old guy to a younger guy, right? So I'm going to wrap it up here. As always, this is Matt Cross from AlphaMaleSecrets, signing out here from the Las Vegas Strip. I tried to get some sort of view for you, so that's the best I could do here. Don't forget to smash that like button below. Go ahead and smash it right now. Also, hit that notification bell right next to it. Why? So that you get notified whenever I release a brand new coaching video here on the YouTube. Okay, so hit the notification bell as well. Otherwise, you will not be notified when I upload brand new coaching videos fresh to my channel. So make sure you're notified as well. And also, please make sure you're subscribed to my channel. Helps me out a ton with the YouTube algorithm. So make sure you subscribe as well. Okay, because it helps not just the channel out, but it helps out other men. Because the more people who subscribe to the channel, the more men we reach, right? And God knows men need this type of knowledge. right? And for you guys who want to support my work and all of this red pill, gold pill, and platinum pill content that I am teaching you even further, the best way to do that is by becoming a premium subscriber of my premium Alpha Male Secrets channel, which I am hosting on a private platform away from YouTube. And the reason I'm doing that is to protect my content from YouTube in the event they try to shut us down one day, right? All of my premium Alpha Male Secrets lessons will be protected. Why? Because I'm paying for this platform and it's encrypted. So nobody can take us down, right? It's a private encrypted platform where all of my Alpha Male Secrets coaching videos will remain forever. So, if you want to support my work, that's the best way to do it, by becoming a premium subscriber of my premium Alpha Male Secrets channel. And right now it's only $1 for the entire first month of premium Alpha Male Secrets content from me. And it's real easy to sign up. All you need to do is click that link below in my description box. It will take you over to my website where you can get signed up right now. It just takes 2 seconds. So do that now, and I will see you in my next coaching video.